There are those of you who never allowed yourselves to forget the principle of oneness. Some of you work at bringing human beings back together. Others work at bringing human beings into consciousness with animal beings, while still others focus on bringing all beings back into balance with Gaia, dear Mother Earth. It's everywhere we look, we're seeing people talking about having a deeper understanding of consciousness.
Yes.
We were looking at the video, that YouTube video, where that young man,
which one?
highlighting the fact, the one who feels that that fish have feelings,
That fish have feelings.
and that you know, he is, I guess, on a crusade to enlighten people.
Yes.
He's not judging people
Right.
for being non-vegetarian or
Right.
you know,
For being.
or
yeah.
for being. He's just saying, this is how consciousness moves. Right? Consciousness moves within all creatures,
Yes.
and these creatures, they are conscious.
Yes.
They're sentient.
Yes.
They-
Very much so.
They have feelings,
Mm-hmm.
and since we wouldn't cause the kind of pain we cause to cows and fish and all the other creatures that we eat, we wouldn't do that to a dog or a cat.
Yes.
We've put the dog and cat in a different category and
Yeah.
decided that they, are like us in some way. So they get good treatment. And then, we don't respect the other animals. Right?
Yes.
We don't accept that they can play and they can enjoy life, and they, it means life means something, and they can feel pain.
Yes.
And they can be conscious of being abused.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
And if we don't want to do it to other creatures, don't do it to them either. Understanding consciousness and being aware isn't necessarily saying everybody all of a sudden must become vegetarian or something. But if you still, must eat meat, then do it in a sacred way.
This is how the indigenous do it. They do not take life for granted at all. And when they must eat animals, meat, whatever it is, from the sea or from land, they honor the animal that has given the life to them. Yes.
I think we'd have a different sort of energy swirling around if we
Yes.
had that sacredness. If we respected all creatures, we at least can respect
Yes.
that they too deserve to live in a specific way. And if they are to die, then in the same way that we are very careful about the death of other human beings,
Yes.
that we do not cause unnecessary death, that we do not cause unnecessary death for the dogs or pets, right? In the same way we don't cause unnecessary death
Or harm.
for
Or
these
suffering.
creatures, and we begin to understand the gratitude that we need to be showing, understand why we need to show the gratitude for them giving their lives. And it makes a difference, that we could actually feel the difference
Yes.
between meat that was allowed to live its life respectfully, right? The animal,
That
right?
was-
And meat that came from an animal that was disrespected.
Yes.
That
It's all in the. This is about energy.
It's
We're all
energy.
it's about energy. And it makes me recall one of our wisdom teachers on this earth who said something like, it's not what you do, it is the energy that you bring to what you do
Yes.
that is of paramount importance.
Right.
Now, if you bring respect, compassion to everything that you do, and especially in this arena we're talking about, where animals are concerned, it makes a difference.
We can't be so intensely in pursuit of our own dreams that we disregard the dreams of others, right? And that includes the dreams of creatures that
Yes.
we really don't understand that much. We think we do.
Yes.
But if we spend any time just looking into the eyes For example, we become invaded by these geckos that have come hopped a ride across the ocean.
Yes.
From Asia. And I really could not stand these creatures. You know, they're translucent, strange translucent, light brown bodies, and I was just not into them at all.
Yes.
Right? And one day I'd left the plate on the table. I'd had honey, and the gecko was going for the honey.
Yes.
And I moved towards it, and it looked straight up at me. And I said, "Don't do that. Please don't do that."
Once you look into the eyes.
Once I can see
the
their
life.
eyes, I can see their appeal, I feel their consciousness, my entire response to them has to change.
Yes.
I can no longer just dislike them willy-nilly.
Yes.
Because I have made contact. They deliberately made contact with me.
Yes.
So that I cannot see them as a bug.
Right, right.
But as a sentient being.
There you go, sentient being. Important.
Right. When it does that, it is no different from a cat looking up at you or a dog looking up at you, right?
And in fact, I had a similar experience, and that was with a snake. When I was in Arizona.
Okay.
And the place where I was living, chickens were free ranging, and so they laid eggs wherever. And there was a pile of eggs that was under a tree. And one day we found this snake under the tree. And when it was quite big, it was quite big. And of course, you know, us human beings, we reflexively are afraid of snakes. And it was reflexive, but then the snake got up and looked at me. And when I looked into her eyes, there was such beauty.
I know.
Such beauty. I'd never had a relationship like that with any animal.
I know. Other than a pet.
Other than a pet.
Yeah, and I think I almost feel as if they are forcing us to see them.
Yes.
Right? This is the time in history.
Yes.
When things must change. I mean, we all sense that. We sense that our approach to life, our approach to death, our approach to everything, to other creatures, our approach to Mother Earth has to change because we can see that things are not right. And I feel as if these creatures are forcing us to see them as a consciousness that may not be that different from ours.
Hello. I have met this in other creatures before. I don't know that I've really integrated what I've learned in my day-to-day living, and I must. I went to a workshop, stayed at a bed and breakfast. There was a wasp on the windowsill, and I got something and I raised my hand to smack it. And I swear to you, I saw the wasp cringe.
Oh my gosh.
And in that moment, I knew, that wasp knew that I was going to kill it.
That you were about to kill it.
And so I asked the proprietor, can you take wasps out? And she could, and she did. Hummingbird on my veranda at 444 in California. I was sitting there healing, and a hummingbird came up, just buzz, you know, the lovely buzz of their wings, right?
Right.
And I knew it just hovered there, just looking at me.
Right.
Darting about, but always looking at me, and then darted off. And it stayed there for several minutes, which meant it was making contact, it was looking at me, it was communicating with me.
It was communicating.
Yes.
It had an intent.
It had sentient beings.
That we are being called upon to recognize that all beings, all of the planet,
yes,
is probably sentient.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Look. Your bird.
What?
Egret on the top of the tree.
Oh my gosh! The egret is here. It's no coincidence, I don't believe, that she came.
This is the time when creatures are saying, take a good look at us.
Yes.
Right? we are not that different from you. We are
And-
here to have an adventure, and our adventure may be as valid as yours. So,
Yes. Now, I am continuing to feel a strong sense of that
you're
gentle...
connected to your
Yes.
animal.
Yes.
What do you call it?
Well, she's a spirit animal. Right?
Your
the
spirit
egret,
animal.
I guess, is a spirit animal.
Yes, your spirit animal. So you're
Yes, it's
connecting
one of
deeply.
Two. Yes, I'm
Yes.
connecting deeply with her. And I'm thinking that the message is, because it has come to me in my spiritual practice recently, that feeling, we need to get out of our heads and feel.
And
Feel
get into
from
our
the
hearts, yes.
We need to feel our connections, not just with each other and human beings, but with nature. With nature, it's imperative. Because the energies of nature are so subtle, we have to use our feeling sense to connect. And so when we come into the presence of another creature, a crab on a beach, oh, we get quiet and engaged. Thank you.
In agreement.
In
with
agreement
you're
with what I'm
saying.
saying. The indigenous, of course, understood, because they speak of all our relations.
Yes.
All our relations.
Yes.
All our relations. All our relations.